Hey guys, it's Kelsey here, and today I'm going to share with you a layout that I made using some of the new stuff that I got recently from a cherry on top. So this is one of those layouts that I started out with an idea and it didn't go that way at all, but that's okay. So I started off by just cutting a thin strip off of each side, and I did that because I wanted to make sure that the gold was even on both sides, I guess. It probably would have worked out fine if I just cut it off two sides, but I also didn't know how thick I wanted the strips, so I ended up cutting it twice. But now I just have lots of pretty strips left over to play with. So I've got this photo of my grandmother and her sister. It was taken a couple months ago when we went to see her sister in Iowa, so I definitely wanted to document this photo. And I pulled out a few of my scraps. My scrap box just kind of sits really close to me, but it's something that I forget to pull out from all the time. So I decided to go ahead and play with some of those prints and patterns just to kind of see what would work with the layout, because I really just had no idea except that I wanted to use some of my new stuff and that I wanted to scrapbook this photo. That's really the only thing I knew at this point. And so I just kind of struggled with it. I didn't really like where it was going, so I switched papers altogether. And this is actually a slightly older paper. It's still pretty new. It's from Heidi Swapp. I think it's from like the Dreamy collection, and I ordered it earlier this summer, so it's still pretty new. So anyway, yeah, I totally decided to switch, but I'm still using a ton of new stuff, so that's okay. And I had this floral kind of beige frame, and I really wanted to use it, but I didn't feel like it was totally working there, so I'm going to put it aside and work on something else for a little bit and see if I can maybe piece this all together. And here I was like showing my husband how it didn't work, and then I just like tossed him to the side. So, but I knew that I wanted the title to be like Together Today, because both of those words are on that chipboard piece from My Mind's Eye. So I thought that made the title really simple and really easy. It just kind of took me a minute to get both the pieces out of this chipboard. And then I just pulled off like one or two other things, just one thing I guess, that I thought would work on this layout. So then I ended up putting the frames in the corners, and I actually do like the way that looks. I felt like the beige kind of blended in with the background when it was right around that photo, but I like the way it turned out now. And this is from the Capture collection by Basic Grey, and honestly, I don't even remember when I got that. I remember it was like really cheap. I think maybe I got it at Hobby Lobby in the clearance section, but honestly, I'm not even sure. But I knew I wanted that number 2 out of there, because obviously there's 2 people in the photos, and I kind of wanted to play around with embellishing, so I'm going to do that. And there was this tag. It's from Maggie Holmes. I just had some stuff sitting on my desk, so I decided to look through kind of what was there, and I pulled out this tag, and I thought, okay, well, I really like the colors on it, and it's not very often that I would use a tag of that size. It wouldn't really work in a Project Life album. It would kind of work in a mini album, but so I just decided to go with it as kind of a layering background piece. And I'm going to put my photo up on Pop Dots, and I hate those Pop Dots. I don't know. They're from Michaels, and I got them whenever I first started scrapbooking, but they're just way too thick. I feel like I don't know. It feels like it's like 3 times as thick as it needs to be. And I really like the Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, but they're not quite as thick as I would like sometimes. So I've also got some like cheap dollar ones from Michaels, and those are a little bit more in the middle. So I'm having Pop Dot problems. Which is probably why I don't use them a ton, except for the Stampin' Up! Ones. But anyway, I did adhere the frame pieces to the corners there, and then I'm just going to look through some stuff trying to find what other embellishments I want. And I really like the way like the My Mind's Eye chipboard kind of works, because you can pop out these stickers and leave the backing on them, and then you can kind of play around with them without committing since it's a sticker. And then if I have stuff that I don't like, I just put it back in the packaging loose. That way it kind of stays with the collection and it doesn't get lost in my random bowl of buttons and leftover scraps that I save them all and then they never get used. So, I don't know. I need to do just a layout of scraps apparently. Or clear out the scrap bowl. But anyway, so I had 2 stickers that I really liked from this Shimelle collection, and I kind of liked the way it looked there in the corner, so I just put the other one in the corner too. And they both kind of said something about like the bottom one says go somewhere lovely and the top one says find your way or find a way. But since we went on a road trip and my grandmother's in the nursing home, so it's not always easy to get her out and going places just with her health, I thought those sentiments kind of worked good because, you know, we found a way to get her to Iowa, which, you know, is like a 3-hour drive, so this was just a really special trip for all 3 of us. So, and I apologize, I don't remember what that gold piece says. Okay, it's a snapshot of today. Luckily I have the layout right here beside me. But it's a snapshot of today, and that's just what that little gold strip says. And I really like the gold and just like the sentiment. So here I'm just going to go ahead and put the title on. I hate having to peel off the backing and poke out all of the little, like the centers of the letters. It's so frustrating on any alphabet sticker, but oh well, it's so easy compared to like trying to piece it all together or peel a bunch of stickers off. It would have taken me forever to spell out together today in some font. These are the chipboard or layered dimensional stickers from Shimelle, and I'm going to play around with those a little bit, maybe pick one off that sheet. I haven't really decided yet. And I've also got this stamp that I want to work with from Shimelle, and that little craft tag with gold on it says hug, laugh, smile, and that's from Crate Paper, the new Notes and Things collection. And there I just took a piece of scrap paper and stamped that stamp on it because it was the first time I had used the stamp, so I just wanted to make sure I was going to get a clean impression. And I really love that camera. I can see myself using that a lot in a lot of different colors, and I cannot wait to heat emboss it because I bet it's going to look really cute. My trash pile is building up quite a bit there. And then I also just put that other little heart sticker on there and just kind of made it a little embellishment cluster. And I really wanted to use one of these cork pieces, so I couldn't really decide. I really wanted to use that one. It says tell me a story because I thought that was kind of appropriate because, you know, we're always chit-chatting when we all get together and you know, telling stories about the good old days. So, but I really wanted to use some chipboard piece or cork piece, and it kind of worked out that it went right there. So I feel, now that I'm looking back on it, I feel like the second embellishment cluster is kind of like just kind of weird and floating out there. But I do like it, so I maybe should have grounded it a little bit more. But I'm basically just going to journal, and that's going to be the end of this layout. So I just wanted to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys again really, really soon. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up down below, and make sure you subscribe to the channel to see more content soon. Thanks so much, and have a great day, guys.